All right, let's do this. Season 2.
So, coming back for season 2, where we are, and what can you do?
Oh, you want to start it?
I mean, season 1 was, all about daddy issues and exploring kind of being rejected, a wayward son. Season 2 is all about mom, the yin to the yang, if you will. There's a female energy that we felt was kind of missing. Something but also we really, really wanted that not to be just arch or a bad guy coming in, because it was very important to us to have our large kind of female strong character be as complex as Lucifer's relationship with God. Same kind of complexity, good, bad.
Mom is not our season 2 villain, she's our season 2 character. And that's the big fun of it. That doesn't mean that she won't be at odds with Lucifer or Mendel. It doesn't mean that she's not a threat. It means that she's got her own very clear purpose and desires, and he's going to hit it in the way. And then what I also say is, to me, season 1 was all about meeting the characters introduced in the world. Season 2 is all about getting those characters to play and meet each other and mixing and matching our characters up more, because we have a lovely cast and they're really damn good at what they do. And now the fun is creating like those new relationships between them and seeing how they.
You get to go deeper in season 2. Season 1 is just really setting so much, establishing so much, and you don't want to go too bananas with it. So season 2 we get to
full bananas.
Full bananas.
So now that, because the first season felt very much procedural with this kind of larger arc, now that we know the characters, will that fall away a little bit more, the procedural aspect of it?
It'll still be the spine of most every episode. It's funny because when Tom read the first 2 episodes, he pulled me aside. He's like, there's a case in every episode, but I don't feel like there's a case in every episode. And that's the goal. That's the hope, is the procedure drives the story, but really the procedure gives us the spine of the story. The characters and the dynamics drive it. But it gives us an opportunity for Lucifer to explore the desires and hypocrisies of humanity throughout the episodes. So.
And the crimes are a hanger, really. And all the fun stuff are the clothes and the jewels and the jangles of the characters in mythology.
Being on Earth changed him a little bit, made him a little bit more human. How can you talk about the changes that we might see in the guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. So I'll say that in season 1, I think he spent kind of a lot of time going, I've been wrong. Here I'm this guy. I was sent to go do this job. I didn't create sin. I had to punish it, right? So in season 2, I think he starts taking more responsibility for his actions, experiences real guilt and real, true pain that he's feeling and causing.
And as he's becoming more vulnerable, both literally and figuratively, he's faced with greater challenges. And in fact, there's a moment coming up where he's faced with an impossible choice. And those are the kinds of things we're going to build to. Is now that we've made him vulnerable a little bit, how do you push it? How do you make him go darker or scarier or trying to figure out how to go through impossible things while still staying our character? It's been fun.
Will we get to see Mom this season, or is she going to be like God and stay in the background?
Mom?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see her. We'll see her very early on in the season.
What about God? Do you ever plan to cast him into it, or?
Right now, no, because the way we've been playing it is like Mom, especially like Dad's the distant guy you can never get a answer from. So like the fun of it is like everyone's interpreting him. God works in mysterious ways, is that phrase. And the problem is God works in mysterious ways, so no one knows what he actually
It's all
wants.
interpretation.
Yeah, and that's the father metaphor, right? You're always trying to figure out what your dad wants. But here's Mom on Earth. And you can ask her anything you want. You can talk to her. Now, is she necessarily telling the truth? Is she? So you sort of get a nice balance. So the long-about way to answering the question is, I like that dynamic. The idea that God is unreachable and Mom is here. But at the same time, if we find the story worthy of it.
No problem. Did you guys talk about, like, for example, if someone's new and who hasn't seen the show, they could think of the show as like, they think Lucifer is kind of dark. But Tom plays it in very, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Sympathy for the devil. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's the ultimate, sort of, what's the lovable villain. I mean, really, he's
A little rogue.
he's a lovable rogue. Yeah, and Tom, the reason why he was so perfectly cast is not only is he, he's all right to look at, but he plays this lead, sort of like. He's clearly having fun in what he's doing. And he also has such heart, in a scene early on in season 1, when you see the scars on his back, you see this vulnerability, that's what we love about him. And Chloe brings that out of him, which is why we love her.
Any other vertical characters that couldn't from the other?
I think those are off limits. The Sandman stuff, the Lucifer book characters we're still looking at. I'm determined to get Gaudium in there at some point. He's my favorite character from the arc. So Endless, it seems like that's not going to happen. We really haven't asked much because we just kind of figure, and we also like playing in our sandbox. But we will slowly incorporate characters from, at the very least, my character's run, because there's a lot of really great ones. Hit me. Hit us. What else?
Anything else?
How about the action?
The what?
Action. So for season 1, there was some.
Yeah.
Can we expect a lot for season 2?
We definitely got more. It's funny because I think we found our sweet spot on peppering action through. And it's funny because in one episode we have actually a really playful action sequence that should also play really cool. And then an episode later we have a pretty catastrophic action sequence. But when you have someone like Leslie Ann, who is so good at doing her own stunts, and she is angry if you don't let her stay in there as long as possible because she's so good at it. So we're trying to embrace that.
Yeah, and I think the thing also about our show, we started off very early on saying we didn't want to be the kind of supernatural show where people are flying through the air and angels are like combating, Constantine kind of thing. So we kind of worked up to it and tried to keep it really, really grounded. Like when the brothers fight, it's pretty raw. And as Joe said, we have a fight coming up in season 2 that's going to be almost just pure comedy. So we try to mix it up and make it as real as possible.
Very good.
Thank you.